Everyone else already covered this months ago, but what the hell, let's talk Silksong. I spent a very normal 140 hours in this game, getting 100% completion, including the Hunter's Journal, and my verdict is that it's really damn good, with some notes I'm going to touch on later. Silksong's very confident in what it presents, building on Hollow Knight in all areas. Hollow Knight's movement is silky smooth with equally smooth animations, and just feels brilliant to control. This game's artworks and animations are all brilliant and full of personality. Enemies' wind-ups or attacks are immediately identifiable, subject to familiarity with a given enemy's moveset, and full of personality. The sprawling world feels alive, interlinked, and grounded. Every enemy, every NPC, every environment is a labour of love and memorable in and of themselves. And yes, I extend this to even Bilewater in all its cruelty. The soundtrack is, much like the first game, brilliant and sets the tone very well. When I first entered the Citadel, I just stopped to listen to the music, enchanted by its hauntingly beautiful melody. Silksong's world building has had me fascinated despite not really engaging with it much in the first game, and paints a wonderfully horrific background to an honestly optimistic story with fleshed out characters I found myself getting invested in. Building up these communities around Farloom resonated with me in a way that some other games, read Fallout 4, have failed to. And side quests, while unfortunately often fetch quests and resource grinding, flesh out the world and characters and open up or highlight new areas to the player, guiding me forward throughout in a holistic manner. That isn't to discount or ignore the challenging boss fights that come along with some side quests, which drew me back into previous areas with a new goal in mind. Both combat and exploration have many options for the player to choose between, with crests, tools and more to choose for combat and movement, and many different paths available for progress through the world. My friend and I started playing it around the same time and chatting, with spoilers redacted, about our different experiences that varied on details as large as how we entered the Citadel. It's been a long while since I had an experience like this, largely thanks to how few games get everyone hooked on them at the same time, and just how many different games there are to choose from at any given time. Silksong has very quickly become one of my all-time favourite games, and ones I will continue to look back on fondly for years to come. While it's a bit long for me to want to jump back into it immediately, I've cherished my experience playing it, and recommend it wholeheartedly. So why is there more time left in the video? Well, I think I need to talk about difficulty. It's pretty uncontroversial to say that Silksong is harder than Hollow Knight, but opinions on whether that's a good or bad thing differ. I don't think there's any real right answer, since difficulty is largely subjective, but there are ways to accommodate a range of disabilities, skill levels, and preferred difficulty. The devs could have implemented an easier difficulty for both combat and platforming, ideally as separate options like in System Shock, or borrowed from Celeste's Assist mode. I say this not because I hate difficulty, quite the opposite, but because I want more people to be able to enjoy this game. I have similar feelings about how Little Town Hero was updated to add an easier difficulty sometime after its initial release, opening up to a wider audience. Combat-wise, I felt far too frail for much of the game, with enemies being too tanky and some dealing an obscene 2 masks of damage. It goes without saying that making enemies bulkier and deal more damage is a cheap way of increasing difficulty, although not the only one utilised in Silksong, with enemies moving to evade or block the player, and this difficulty really makes itself felt at choke points throughout the game. Similarly with platforming, some of it is straight up brutal, and much of that brutal platforming is mandatory for progression, although I will note this difficulty can be reduced through different crests changing your down attack. While I personally enjoy this challenge, it isn't one size fits all. Conceding a point here, the game's difficulty does encourage exploration, with getting stuck being a good indicator that I should go and explore some more. With the challenge of some late game fights, running out of shards pushed me to go somewhere else and explore to build my stash back up. Resources running out and needing to be grinded is a double-edged sword in this regard. It's annoying and pulled me out of what I wanted to push at, while also forcing me to not bash my head against the wall indefinitely. Similar to runbacks, it also gave me time to re-evaluate my strategy and loadout, but can also become tedious. I'd somewhat compare it to weapon durability in this regard, a mechanic that may well be implemented with good intentions, but that is near universally hated by players for the tedium and stress it creates. With all this said, it seems that Team Cherry are moving to make the game less inaccessible, even if in smaller ways like nerfs to bosses, and I'm happy to announce there are any Bilewater haters in the audience, buffing the Wreath of Purity, and making it so that the first bind with the multi-binder gets rid of maggots, allowing healing with the second bind. I really hope these changes can remove roadblocks and give some more players the ability to enjoy more of this game. and that the devs might be willing to continue in the direction of accessibility in ways that open up customization of experience. Thank you for listening to me yap, and share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And if you liked it, like and subscribe for more. See you around.